speech, she will tell us about some of the voice concerns she faced and how she is attacking it. It's tackling it. Attacking. She's grasping onto it. Anyway, she has requested 12 to 14 minutes with a question and answer period at the end. The question and answer period will not be timed. The title of her speech is Voice Training. Aruna, Voice Training.
Imagine this situation. You spend 100 plus hours in preparation for doing a 7-minute Toastmaster speech at a contest. You practice, and deliver it several times with your fellow Toastmasters, friends, and family. Take all the possible feedback and incorporate those suggestions. Carefully go through the speech, every detail, thinking how to integrate all the possible humor, appropriate gestures, facial expressions, vocal variety, voice inflections. You look into pronunciation and enunciation of each of the difficult words you could think of. You practice, and you think it's just perfect. The best speech you had done or seen. You present it in the contest and you lose. How would you respond? Madam Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters, this is what exactly happened to me. As you have imagined, I wasn't really disappointed. I know it's a competition. There has to be a loser to have a winner. My biggest concern came when a few from the audience approached me and said, "We like your speech, but there are times when we couldn't hear you, and there are parts which we couldn't understand you." I believe in what they said. My problem, I just didn't know how to present or what to do in order for my words to come out in a way they can understand. I shared my concerns with my mentor, Carrie, and he let me graciously borrow his book, saying the author herein addressed some of my concerns of how to make oneself audible without straining the vocal cords. As I was flipping through the pages, I stumbled on something with which I was very fascinated. And let me read it out for you. I work with many clients who know they have a problem with keeping the sound in the back of the mouth. I thoroughly explain the problem so that they are aware of it intellectually. They are pulling their tongues back and articulating the sound in the back of their mouths. I exaggerate their problem by using negative practice contrast, imitating voice qualities and how they sound to me. I demonstrate how I would like them to produce sound. They intellectually understand the problem. They can hear, see, and feel me imitating them and how I would like for them to produce sound. But they still can't get the kinesthetic feel or how it should be done. Finally, I place their hands on both sides of my face as I imitate how they produce sound and then move the sound forward like I want them to produce. Quickly, they get the feel for what has to be changed and moved so that they can duplicate my two exaggerated conditions. This is negative practice. They use their hands on their faces to get the kinesthetic feeling and resensitize their face muscles to transmit the data to the brain. They are now ready for the correction step. It may sound odd, but it works. It's exactly what I wanted. I know there is a problem that people are not able to understand me, but I just don't know what or how to do to make my words come out clearly, distinctly, and in a way others can understand me. So I emailed the author, Mr. Hillman, saying how I ran into his book, my concerns, and if he would be able to coach me. Guess what? He returned back, responded to my email within less than 5 minutes, saying that it would be his pleasure to coach me. The second obstacle, he is not from Little Rock. He is from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. As you might have guessed, I'm a person who looks out for possibilities, and no obstacle would stop me. Haven't you guessed it?
Yeah.
So we made it possible. And I had my first 10-minute voice session using the iPhone FaceTime feature, basically a video call. And here is Mr. Hillman's diagnosis and prescription. Diagnosis. He said, you are producing the sound from the back of your mouth. If you pull your cheeks forward, your sound will come more audible and clearer. And this is his prescription. This is what he said. Count 1 to 5, the usual way you do. Now I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull your cheeks forward and count 1 to 5. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exaggerate your lip movements. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see the difference? I didn't perceive it fully then. However, I kept practicing. When I looked into the mirror, I looked so weird. My mouth looked rounded, like a pig's mouth. I looked tensed. There wasn't the usual cheer or pleasantness in my face. However, I knew I need to be patient with myself when I need to develop some new habits. I kept thinking about it, did my own research online, spoke to a few other friends, and kept observing how others are speaking. And these are my discoveries. I keep my mouth and lips wide, but do not open it enough in depth. And I do not use all the needed facial muscles. And I am keeping my mouth, jaws, lips, tongue in a very few positions. So I know the problem and the fix. The problem is I'm not using all the needed muscles to their effectiveness to produce the desired sounds. The fix, I need to use it in a desired way and move appropriately to produce the most effective desired sounds. I could think of an analogy. We use different hand muscles with different twists and movements to do different activities. We use our fingers this way to type, chop vegetables, steer the vehicle, Just imagine this. If you are trying to keep your hands and fingers just the way you type to chop vegetables, can you do it? Probably you might succeed to some extent, but straining some muscles still do not produce the effective desired results. It's about the same way I'm doing. I'm not using all the muscles to the needed degrees to produce the most effective desired sounds. So this is all still in the conceptual state and the theoretical part. Now I need to implement the practical part of actually practicing the way it is desired. I'm practicing it and will continue to practice, and I hope to hear from you soon, from you all soon. Hey Aruna, there is a dramatic difference in the sounds you are producing. We can hear clearly each of the words you are speaking. Okay, these are all my concerns. What is in it for you? Don't you think that my story would come in handy to you one day to address one of your concerns? I think you can apply this strategy to make any new change. I think there are 4 steps here. Number 1, be open and receptive to the feedback. Number 2, believe and trust that you had to change something in order to produce different results. Number 3, know what needs to be changed. Do your research, self-evaluation, reach out to your friends, mentors, or any experts in the field you are trying to make the change. Number 4, implement the change. It could be as simple as just bringing in some new change, or could be complex as changing a lifelong habit. Doesn't matter. The good news is we can change anything and we can become the new change we desire. I would like to conclude this with saying, don't let any obstacle stop you. Become the new change and the new person you desire.
Thank you, Aruna. I'm going to try and apply that, because with this speech of yours today, I can actually tell some